This call is now being recorded.
Okay, good afternoon to all of you. Today we are going to learn web technology, the introductory part of web technology. So in this lecture we will see overview of syllabus, then introduction of web technologies. Then there are six topics in this ATT session. We will we are going to study. So in unit first, that is basics of internet and web, that is basics of internet, world wide web, web pages, home page, website, static, dynamic and active web pages, overview of protocols just as SMTP, that is simple mail transfer protocol, Gopher, Telnet, emails, TFTP, then SNMP, that is simple network management protocol, then HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, client server computing concepts. In second chapter, introduction of HTML. In this chapter we will see introduction of HTML, essential of tags and attributes, textiles, textiles and text arrangements, text, effects, exposure and various tags such as div, morq, nobr, dfn, hr, listening, comment, image. Then color and background of web pages, lists and their types, attributes of image tag, hypertext, hyperlink and hypermedia, links, anchors and urls, links to external documents, different section of page and graphics, hyperlink and hypermedia. Hmm, hmm. Hyperlink and hypermedia, links, anchors and urls, links to external documents, different section of page and graphics, footnote and emailing, creating table, frame, form and style sheet. Third chapter, we will see web client, web server. So web browser, browsers, example, different examples. Then Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, client-side scripting languages such as VBScript and JavaScript, ActiveX controls and plugins, web server architecture, image maps, CGI, API, web database connectivity, DBC, ODBC. Then in Unit 4, DHTML, that is dynamic HTML, document object model, features of DHTML, then CSSP, that is cascading style sheet positioning, and JSS, JavaScript assigned style sheet, layers of Netscape, the ID attribute DHTML events, then in unit 6, that is JavaScript objects, methods, events and functions, tags, operators, data types, literals and typecasting in JavaScript, programming constructs, array and dialog box, relating JavaScript to DHTML dynamically, changing text styles, content. Then in chapter 6, that is introduction of PHP language, server side programming, introduction to PHP, basic programming concepts of PHP, variables, data types, constants, scope of variables, types of variables, typecasting, operators precedence, references, arrays. Control structures, branching, if statement, switch statement, loopings, that is for loop, while loop, do while loop, for each loop, functions, user defined functions, built-in functions, functions for variables, skipped controlling functions, array functions, date and time function, mathematical functions, string functions, PHP server variables, working with form, uploading files to web server using PHP. This is your syllabus we are going to study. Then for this syllabus, the suggested books or reading journals. There are three journals. First, Birdman, published by Edison Wellesley, and book title is Collaborative Web Development. Then by author Sharma and Sharma, published by Edison Wellesley, Developing E-commerce sites. हाँ, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Then third book is Web Techniques Part 2 by BPB Publication. Okay. Wait a minute. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, may I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Then now we are going to study Web Essential, that is clients, servers, and communication. So, what are the Web Essentials? That is client, server and computer network. So what is a client? That is web browser used to surf the web. That is the client. That means user. Client means in general it is known as user. Then server, that is in general which provides a service, that is a server system which is used to supply information to to these browsers, that is supply the service or supply the information to the clients, that is server. Then computer network, that is network is used to support browser or client server communication or browser server communication, that is the network. Suppose your request is sent by someone for document A, and this is arrow from left to right, that is left side there may be a client and at right side there may be a server. So this request from client to server for a document A, and server provides a service, that is which gives the regarding related document. Okay, so for web essentials we require client, server and network. See this figure carefully. At left side there is a client and at right side there is a server. So this machine acts as, or this monitor acts as client. This requests for a document A to the server, then it gives a document A to the monitor. Okay, see this figure carefully. Then what is the difference between internet and web? Internet is interconnected computer networks linked by wires, cables. These are the wired network. There is Wi-Fi, WiMAX. These are the wireless connections. So there is an interconnection between different computers with wired or wireless connection is known as internet. So what is internet? Internet, there is machine or computers are connected together with wired or wireless connection. That is the internet. And what is the web? Web, it is collection of interconnected documents and other resources. Web, it is a collection of interconnected documents and other resources. Then World Wide Web, that is WWW, is accessible via internet, as there are many other services including email, file sharing, etc. World Wide Web is accessible via the internet, as are many other services including email, file sharing, etc. Then how does the internet work? Through communication protocols. What is a communication protocol? Before that, what is a protocol? Protocol is a rules and regulations performed by machine. Protocol means rules and regulations or rules followed by the machines. That is known as protocol. So a communication protocol is a specification of how communication between two computers will be carried out. So communication protocol is a specification of communication between two computers, and what is the procedure for the communication of between two computers is known as communication protocol. There are number of communication protocols. First is IP, Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol defines the packets that carry blocks of data from one node to another node. IP, that is Internet Protocol, which defines packets that carry blocks of data from one node to another node. Then TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, and UDP, User Datagram Protocol. These two protocols, out of these two protocols, one acts as host and another acts as client. So TCP and UDP protocols by which one host sends data to another. Out of them, one acts as a host and another acts as client. So other application protocols such as DNS, domain name service, SMTP, simple mail transmission protocol, and FTP, file transmission protocol. Then we'll see in detail Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol, it is a key element of IP. A key element of IP is IP address, and that key element is a 32-bit number. IP address is 32-bit number. The Internet authorities assign ranges of numbers to different organizations. Internet authorities assign ranges of numbers to different organizations. IP is responsible for invoking packet of data from node to node. IP is responsible for moving packet of data from node to node. A packet contains information such as packet contains information such as data to be transferred, the source and destination IP addresses, etc. A packet which contains information such as data to be transferred, source and destination IP addresses. Packet Packets are sent through different local network through gateways. Packets are sent through different local network through gateways. A checksum is created to ensure the correctness of data. A checksum is created to ensure the correctness of data. Corrupted packets are discarded. IP-based communication is unreliable. Then transmission control protocol, that is TCP. TCP is higher level protocol that extends IP to provide additional functionality, that is reliable communication. TCP adds support to detect errors or lost data. TCP adds support to detect errors or lost data and trigger retransmission until data is correctly and completely received. If data is lost or there is some error in data during transmission, then TCP trigger for retransmission of data. So if data is received correctly and completely, then TCP gives acknowledgement. So there is connection and acknowledgement. These two parts, acknowledgement, that is a receipt of correct data, that is acknowledgement. Then see this figure for a TCP IP protocol suite. So there are total in TCP IP protocol suite there are total 4 layers. Actually there are 5 layers. Layer 1 and layer 2 are combined. That is layer first is physical and layer second is data link layer. These two layers are combined for network access, that is a host to network. See bottom part. First is physical and second is data link. These two layers are combined to host to network. For network, this layer is known as network access layer. Second is internet layer. It establishes, maintains and transmits end-to-end network communication, that is IP. There are two IPs, IP version 4 and IP version 6. These are used in wireless communication as well as wired communication. Then third, that is transport layer, which provides delivery service for application layer. So for transport layers, there are two protocols, TCP and UDP. And fourth layer is application layer, which provides application access to communication environment. For this application layer, there are protocols, that is HTTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, and SMTP, etc. These protocols are used in application layer. See this figure carefully. Then next is World Wide Web. World Wide Web, that is a WWW, is a system of interlinked hypertext documents that runs over internet. There are two types of softwares. First is client. Client, a system that wants to access information provided by server, must run client software. Example is web browser. Server, an interconnected computer that wants to provide information to others, must run server software. Then client server applications communicate over the internet by following protocol built on the top of TCP/IP, that is Hypertext Transport Protocol. Hypertext Transport Protocol. Then what is hypertext? Format of information which allows one to move from one part of the document to another. It is a format of information which allows one to move from one part of the document to other, or from one document to other through hyperlinks. Then uniform resource locator, that is URL, unique identifiers used to locate a particular resource on a network. Then markup language, which defines the structure and contents of hypertext documents. Then web client browser makes HTTP request on the behalf of user, which reformats the URL entered as a valid HTTP request. Use DNS to convert server's hostname to appropriate IP address. Establish a TCP connection using the IP address. Send HTTP request over the connection and wait for server's response, and display the document contained in the response. If the document is not in plain text document but instead of written HTML, it involves rendering the document, that is positioning text, graphics, creating tables, borders, using appropriate fonts, etc. Then at the web servers, main functionalities of web servers are: server wait for connect a request. When a connection request is received, the server creates a new process to handle these connections. Huh? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Have any problem? Hello? Anybody have any problem?
No, sir.
Voice break, sir.
From which division? A
No,
or B?
Division
Hello?
A.
There are two separate links. That's why I am asking from which division.
Division A.
Hello?
A division, sir.
If you have a problem, then please tell me.
Sir, you are not clearly audible.
Okay. From which division? A or B? B division.
A
Okay.
division, sir.
Wait a minute.
Sir, A division also.
Is there any problem right now? I think all of you are audible. Is there any problem? आवाज ऐकू येतोय?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
B division. Is there any problem? Mihir. So there are main functionalities of web server. Server waits for the connect request. When a connection request is received, the server creates a new process to handle this connection. The new process establishes the TCP connection and waits for HTTP requests. The new process invokes the software that maps the requested URL to a resource on the server. If the resource is a file, creates an HTTP response that contains the file. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
आवाज येतो ना मॅडम?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. May I audible or not?
Yes, sir. येतोय.
Yes, sir.
From same division? Are you from B division? Hello. Yes, sir. B division, all of you are audible. तुम्हाला आवाज ऐकू येतोय?
Yes, sir. येतोय.
My voice is audible. Okay. A division?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So server waits for connection request. When connection request is received, the server creates a new process to handle this connection. The new process establishes TCP connection and waits for HTTP request. The new process invokes software that maps the requested URL to resource on the server. If the resource is a file, creates an HTTP response that contains the file in the body of response message. If the resource is a program, runs the program and returns the output. These are the functions of web servers. Then a static web, that is HTML, XHTML, CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a text file containing small markup tags that tells the web browser how to display the page. For displaying page, we are using here HTML language, that is Hypertext Markup Language. Then XHTML, which stands for Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. It is identical to HTML version 4.01. It is striker and cleaner version of HTML. Then CSS, that is cascading style sheets. It defines to display HTML elements. Then why there is a need of programmability? What's the drawback of simple document model? So simple document model is static. Assume that documents are created before they are requested, and that's why here we require a programmability regarding this web designing, and which is a dynamic. Then the different examples of information that might be part of web documents which may not be known before they are requested. Then client side programmability. So for client side requires scripting language, that is lightweight programming language. So browser scripting such as JavaScript, designated to add interactivity to HTML pages, usability embedded into HTML pages. What can a JavaScript do? So put a dynamic text into HTML page, react to events, read and write HTML elements, validate data before it submitted to a server, and create cookies. These are the properties of JavaScript.
Sir?
Programmability. Request cause the response to be generated. For server scripting, that is CGI, Common Gateway Interface, or Perl, So file containing extension that is .pl for Perl and .cgi for Common Gateway Interface. Then PHP open source strong database support extension is .php. ASP Microsoft product uses .NET framework extension .asp. Then Java via Java
Hello,
server
sir.
pages extension is JSP, etc. These are the programming side of server side programming. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is there any problem?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
सर एक्सप्लेन करून
Division
सांगा
B.
सर. हाँ सर. नहीं सर.
Hello. Division B. Is there any problem? मैं okay, rejoin again. Leave the session and rejoin again. Okay. So then CGI, that is Common Gateway Interface, which provides a way by which a web server can obtain data from database or send to other programs or database and present that data to the viewers via web. CGI, that is Common Gateway Interface, which provides a way by which a web server can obtain data from database or send to database and other programs and present that data to viewers via the web. A CGI program can be written in any programming language, but Perl is one of the most popular language. Then next is HTML, HTML, CSS, simple client side interactivity, that is JavaScript, simple server side interactivity, that is a CGI or Perl. Okay, this is the introductory part of today's lecture. Is there any query regarding this? Hello.
सर.
Yes.
सर.
Hello.
तुम्ही जे स्लाइड दाखवतात ना ते थोडं एक्सप्लेन करून सांगा ना सर. येस सर.
Only
ते काय
for
होतं?
today's lecture. Okay. Tell
तर
me.
इंट्रोडक्शन आहे काय?
Oh, this is only introductory part and this is only theoretical. From today's lecture, we are going to see in practically. Okay.
सर हा पार्ट उद्या पण एक्सप्लेन करा.
Okay. No doubt. Yes. मिळेल ना.
सर याचे रेकॉर्डिंग कुठे अपडेट होणार आहे?
एक्सेल शीट तुम्हाला शेअर केली जाईल.
ओके सर.
Okay, we stop here. Today we have taken only introductory part of what is web technology and which part is involved in web technology. In web technology, there are three parts: first client, second server, and third communication via wired or wireless network. Okay, and then different languages are used for developing this web technology, and for this developing web technology we are using different protocols such as IP protocol, then TCP, UDP, then HTTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, and SMTP. These different protocols at different layers. IP, that is internet protocol, is used at internet layer. TCP and UDP protocols are used for transport layer, and application at application layer, HTTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SMTP, these protocols are used. Okay. Is there any doubt in this client, server, and communication part? Hello. Client which access the service from server, and server which provides service to required service to the client. These are the in general definition, not technical definition. And what is the communication? What is the communication? Communication, there is a transformation of knowledge or information, that is communication. So web development depends on these three parts. So communication through wired or wireless network. You have seen this figure. There is one client which requests for document A to the server. So server gives required document to the client. So this communication through wired or wireless network. Then what we have seen, what is internet versus web. So internet, that is interconnected computer network, and web, it is collection of interconnected documents and other resources. Interconnected documents such as different languages connected, HTML, XML, CSS, JavaScripts. That is web is dynamic, and internet which is used for communication through wire or wireless. Okay, then we have seen different protocols. Okay, is there any doubt? Hello. Hello.
No, sir.
Is there any doubt? From today we will see. From tomorrow we will see what is HTML, that is introduction part of HTML. Then HTML file, different examples, HTML elements, tags, headings, etc. We'll see from tomorrow's lecture. Okay, we'll stop here. Hello, and write your attendance in chat box. Write your roll numbers. Division B. Someone has written F54. Nilesh Laute. Hello, all students. Is there any problem?
No, sir.
What we have studied in this 1 hour? First, we have studied client. What is client? What is server? And computer network. Okay. Then which part we have studied? Internet versus web. Okay. Then we have studied different communication protocols such as IP protocol, TCP protocol, UDP protocol, then DNS, other application protocols such as DNS, SMTP, FTP protocol. Then in detail we have seen internet protocol, TCP protocol. This is a diagram, or there are 4 layers of TCP IP protocol suite. Okay. At different layers, different protocols are used for transferring packet. Okay. Then we have seen World Wide Web, client, a system that wants to access information provided by server and must run on client software, and server, it is an interconnected computer that wants to provide information to other, must run on server software. So client server applications communicate over the internet by the following protocol of the top of the TCP IP, such as these protocols: HTTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SMTP, etc. Then hypertext, that is it is a format of information which allows one to move from one part of a document to another or from one document to another through hyperlinks. Then uniform resource locator, a unique identifier is used to locate a particular resource on the network. Then markup language, which defines the structure and content of hypertext documents. Then we have seen web client browser. So HTTP makes HTTP request on the behalf of user, that is reformat the URL entered as a valid HTTP request. Use domain name service, that is a DNS, to convert server's host name to appropriate IP address. Establish a TCP connection using IP address. Send HTTP request over the connection and wait for server's response, and display the document contain the response. If the document is not a plain text document but instead a written in HTML, this involves rendering the document. Then in that, positioning text, graphics, creating table borders, using appropriate fonts, etc. Then we have seen web servers. What are the main functionalities of web servers? So first is server waits for the connect request. When a connection request is received, the server creates a new process to handle this connection. A new process establishes the TCP connection and waits for HTTP request. The new process invokes software that maps the requested URL to a resource on the server. If the resource is a file, creates an HTTP response that contains a file. In the body of a response message, if the resource is a program, runs the program and returns the output. Then static web, that is HTML, XHTML, CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a text file containing small markup tags that tell the web browser how to display the pages. XHTML stands for Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. It is identical to HTML 4.01. It is a striker and cleaner, the version of HTML. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It identifies how to display HTML elements. Then why there is programmability needs at client side as well as at server side. So there are some drawbacks for simple documents such as static, and documents are created before they are requested. That's why there is a requirement of programmability at client side and at server side. Then there are some different examples. of information might be a part of web documents and that may not be known before they are requested. That then client side programmability. So for client side programmability, scripting language, that is a lightweight programming language is used. There are there is a script there are different scripting languages. So browser scripting language, here we are going to study, that is a JavaScript, design designed to add interactivity to HTML pages, usually embedded into HTML pages. What can a JavaScript do? That is put a dynamic text into HTML page, react to events, read and write HTML elements, validate data before it is submitted to a server, create cookies. These are the functions or functionalities of JavaScripts. Then server side programmability, which requests causes the request cause the response to be generated. So server side scripting such as CGI or Perl, that is Common Gateway Interface. The extension is .pl for Perl and extension is .cgi for Common Gateway Interface. Then PHP, open source and strong database support. So extension is .php. ASP, it is Microsoft product. Uses .NET framework and extension is .asp. Then Java server pages, extension is .jsp. So CGI is, hello.
So what is meant by extension dot ASP? What?
Okay, in this, okay, you have studied C language in second semester.
Yes, sir.
Oh, whatever, whenever you are saving your program, you are using extension your file name .c. Okay,
Yes, sir.
while saving your C program, you are using while saving your program, you are writing file name .c. .c is extension of which language? C language. Similarly here .cgi extension for Common Gateway Interface. .php is extension for PHP. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting? Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Common Gateway Interface. So CGI provides a way by which a web server can obtain data from or send data to database and other programs and present that data to viewers via the web. A CGI program can be written in any programming language, but Perl is one of the most popular language. Then we are in web technology, we are studying HTML, XHTML, CSS, these languages. Okay. Is there any program? Is there any problem? Hello. This is the introductory part of web technology. In this lecture, we have studied client, server, communication, then different protocols, then introduction of HTML, XHTML, CSS. Okay. Is there any doubt? Hello. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. From tomorrow, we'll see introduction of HTML and programming on that. Okay. Programming on HTML. We stop here. Okay. Write your roll numbers in chat box.